What is the difference between string and string builder in C#? The string represents an immutable sequence of characters. This means that once a string object is created, it cannot be changed. And in fact, when you modify a string object, a new string object is actually created to hold the new string, and the original string object remains unchanged. The string builder, on the other hand, is a mutable string class. That means that it can be changed after it has been created. And when you use a string builder to manipulate strings, it doesn't create a new object, but instead modifies the existing one. This makes string builder more efficient in cases where you need to perform repeated modifications to a string, such as concatenating a series of strings together inside a loop. Okay, now let's take a look at our code example. I have created two methods. The first one is useString, and the second one is useStringBuilder. They're basically performing the same operation, but in the first one, we are using a string, and in the second one, we are using a string builder. And inside our main method, we are using a stopwatch to run each one of these methods, and then print out duration of the execution in milliseconds. Now let's take a look at the first method. I have two loops. The outer one, which repeats the inside loop 20,000 times. And the inside loop, we are adding each one of these words to our original string. Now the useStringBuilder method, okay, useString builder method basically does the same thing, but we're using a string builder instead of a string. And again, the inner loop appends each one of these words to our string builder, and we are repeating the same operation 20,000 times. Now, let's run the program and see the results and see how long does each one of these methods takes to execute. And this is our result. The useString method takes 56 milliseconds to execute. The useStringBuilder method executes in 1 millisecond. And if I increase the loop repetition here, if I make it 100,000 times and I make this one here also 100,000 times, then the difference is going to be even bigger. Okay, if you take a look at this line here, we are actually comparing the results which are returned by our useString and our useStringBuilder methods, just to make sure that they're equal. So why is the useString method so much slower than the useStringBuilder one? Well, since the strings are immutable, this line here actually creates a new string object each time it gets executed. That means that we are creating 20,000 by 5, that is 100,000 new objects, which make this method here so much slower than our useStringBuilder method. So if the string builder is so much more efficient and so much faster than using strings, then why should we use strings at all? Well, let's take a look at another code example. I'm going to delete these two methods. We're not going to need them. And I'm just going to create a string name equals John, and then I'm going to append Smith. Now, using string when I have only one operation is perfectly fine. Actually, if I use string builder here instead of string, it might be less efficient. Also, the string class has quite a few built-in methods which can be very useful, like starts with, ends with, and substring, and quite a few others that we can use. And also using string can make your code more readable instead of using string builder. So basically the rule of thumb is if we are using only a few operations like string appending, string concatenation, we can easily use string. There's no need for string builder. But if you're using many string manipulations, then it's much faster and much more efficient to use the string builder. This was another quick video which looked at the differences between string builder and string in C#. Hopefully it's going to help you decide when to use string and string builder inside your applications. Thank you for watching.